Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to what is going to be another series on my channel. As you can see, you're seeing the side of a box that's so big I can't display it all. And that is my Kickstarter edition of Solomon Kane by Mythic Games. Now, I've been excited about this game for a long time since it was announced. I'm a huge Robert E. Howard fan. I've read all the Solomon Kane stories. I even saw the movie. I wish they would do that again and do it right, because Solomon Kane's a really cool character. He's much more complex than like Conan or anything like that, which they translated into this game quite well if you know anything about it and how you play it. You're not actually playing Solomon Kane or his buddies or anything like that. You're playing these virtues that are helping Solomon Kane guide his path as a Puritan between light and darkness, which makes it really interesting. But this box is so enormous I can't show it all. It was 37 pounds. I was shocked when I saw it come, and it was sitting on the porch and my wife saw another game. What, how many games are in that box? Anyway, you get the idea. It's pretty beefy. So in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to take everything out of it. You don't have to watch me try and get everything out of the box. Just wanted to show you how big the box was. Literally, it was 36.8 pounds or something, like a crazy big box of stuff. And we'll see what's inside. Okay, so let's get to it right away. We're going to do, I guess we'll call this first episode of the series an unboxing. And that might last more than one episode, I'm not sure, but this will also then turn into a playthrough. We'll talk about that. There's several different storylines you can play in the base game, and then in the other games we'll talk about which one we're going to play. I'll probably let you guys decide. And let's get into it. Anyway, I thought I'd freehand a little bit and show you a little bit about how it's packed inside. You can see it's pretty well boxed in there. We're going to take these foam inserts out. I'm gonna let you suffer with me through the squeaking of the foam, because I hate that sound. And we're gonna get this out. But anyway, I just wanted to show you how well the box itself was packed up. Really well done. Great job, Mythic Games. I hope everything else turns out as nice. So, boxes within boxes. I have two boxes now to continue to unpack before I even can show you the game. The reason I'm showing you this is because I just want to let you know how well your game is packed when they send it to you. I mean, it's really well insulated from damage. I saw a little ding on the outside of the box, made me concerned, but then when I saw the inside and it was packed in foam with these two boxes, I was no longer concerned. So that's good news. Anyway, I'm going to open these up now. We'll start with this big one because I'm sure that's where the base game is and everything, and we'll take a look. Alright, so this is what came in the first of those big boxes, was this, which is the base game box, Solomon Kane, a game by Jake Thornton. And then the second box was what they're calling the Arsenal box, which I imagine, it's been a long time since I really looked at this, and I've been trying not to watch too much online, even though my good friend and fellow YouTuber Barrett is doing a Solomon Kane playthrough right now. I have been watching his because I'm such a fan of his that it's fun. But this is the Arsenal box, I imagine. We'll take a look at the back. I imagine this isn't a lot of the Kickstarter stuff, and then it also came with a number of art prints, which we'll take a look at as well. So let's first start with the back of the main box. We'll see what's there and take a look. Okay, yeah, so this is the main game box. As you can see, it's 18 plus, 1 to 5 players, ages 18 up, because anything Robert E. Howard is going to be adult themed. His storylines were adult themed. I mean, Conan, hyper kind of over exaggerated, sexualized people in like women didn't need to wear armor. Apparently they were so awesome that the chainmail bikini was sufficient, and men like Conan didn't need to wear much of anything as long as he scared people off with his big giant bare chest. So, Robert E. Howard was what they call, the not high fantasy, it's not low fantasy, I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, it's a different style. And Solomon Kane is even different from that, because Solomon Kane is a Puritan in, it goes all over the world, but he's a Puritan, and he takes his religious convictions with him, and he gets in a lot of dark storylines. So less sexualized, but more ugly scenarios, like dealing with people that may want to kill somebody who's innocent and things like that. So that's why that's 18 plus, I imagine. Anyway, like I said, you're going to play the virtues in this. Courage, justice, etc., guiding Solomon Kane through these stories and guiding the people that whoever he pulls along with him in these stories as well, and trying to keep the shadows away from him and keep them from getting to him. There's a huge amount of components in here. We will take a look at it. As you can see, there's the component list right there. If you really want to get into it and figure out what's in this box, it's all this stuff. Okay, so lots of stuff. And we're going to also, I just want to look quickly at the back of the other box before we open this one up. And as you can see, there's a lot to see, so we're going to do that now. Well, outside of some very cool artwork, it doesn't say that much. It just says that it's basically the same storyline here as is on the back of the main box. And it doesn't, this says ages 14 plus. I don't know what's the difference. 18 plus, it's just additional storylines. So, but we'll have to open this up to see what's in it. Maybe some of the components or lists from the back of the other box are in here, but I don't think so. I think this is all expansion material. We'll take a look. Anyway, let's open up the main box first and see what we got inside. I'll take the shrink off without you watching, if you don't mind. So one of the things that excited me about this game was that not just that it was Solomon Kane, and I kind of like the Robert E. Howard storylines with him and that, but it was also the way they approached the game, because a lot of what Solomon Kane's stories were about were facing moral dilemmas while remaining true to his religious convictions. And I think the way they designed this game, and with this really unique approach to it, like you're not actually the main character and all that good stuff, really helps to drive that narrative, right? And so that's one of the things that really super excited me about it, because the way the game is approached with the virtues and everything, it just drives that thought, like these virtues are trying to guide Solomon on the right path, but he may not always take the right path. There could be darkness in his way, evil things that he has to overcome, and dilemmas that he has to deal with as he's trying to overcome them. So that's what makes it interesting for me. Anyway, we're in the box, and the first thing you can see is here is a little quick start guide that gets you going. Probably tells you a bit about where to start, what's in the box. We'll take a look at this in a little more depth. But it says how to use the quick start guide. I guess this is the main rule book here, but so you've read the rulebook? Nope. Now it's time to play. Make sure you are already familiar with the main rules. For the first gaming session, have the rulebook available to the side in case you need to run through it, through the index, page 52. Really well done. I like that they said that. That's great. You need to page 52 and reference on page 44. That's fantastic. And then you get to see you select an adventure. And these books, man, they're a big, meaty part of the game. So you got Rattle of Bones, or The Right Hand of Doom. I'm not going to read through them right now because we'll probably see them in more detail. Well, maybe I will, because I want you guys to figure out what we're going to play. But Rattle of Bones, because it offers an interesting set of tests without introducing any additional set of rules, it's simple in mechanics yet bountiful in choices, thus acting as an ideal stepping stone into the world of a world of adventure in Solomon Kane universe. So we may start with that one. We'll see. The Right Hand of Doom, because it's short yet detailed, acting as an ideal choice for your 2-hour evening session, it introduces you to the branching path system, giving you ample insight to what to expect. And then Skull in the Stars, a morbid story with various iconic Solomon Kane moments. Choose this 2-act adventure if you have ample time and want to experience the transition from one chapter to the next. And then it says, While relaxed in rules and mechanisms, it offers one of the most intense battles in the game. That's the Skulls and the Stars. Don't say we didn't warn you. And then gather what you need. Now you have picked your story and you are ready to begin. Take the appropriate storybook with the same title as the adventure you selected and the corresponding discovery cards and place them on the side. Open the book to the first page and familiarize yourself briefly with the terms. You can always come back to the page as a reference in the future. Flip to page 4 to the miniatures and tile selection. Take all of the components shown there out of the box and place them on the side. This is going to be great. Then select a mode. Next is to select. So here's where the biggest decision comes into the game. You have a solo virtue. I think it's Providence, if I'm not mistaken. It's super powerful, but is just one virtue, and you can play that one solo. Or you can play co-op mode and play the virtues, all the virtues instead. And I'm leaning toward that because I want to experience what all of the different virtues do, right? So that's the direction I'm leaning towards. Anyway, here's the rulebook. It's pretty beefy, but it's not as bad as for some reason I thought it'd be thicker, and it's got a lot of artwork in it. Man, yeah, it looks like it's well laid out. I heard the rules were pretty good, that it got you through it pretty handily. And I've watched enough to get an idea of how to play, but what I think I don't know, and I need to read, is in cooperation mode, do you play, see, these are the modes of play right here. In cooperation mode, do you have to play all 4? I think, yeah, 1 to 4 players take the role of the 4 cardinal virtues: courage, temperance, justice, and prudence. So it's not prudence, it's the solo one. It's, yeah, I said it's right. It's Providence. That's the solo one. And then there's dual 2-player mode. Someone's playing the virtues, the other person's playing darkness. You can also play confrontation if you have 5 players and play against the darkness. So there's lots of different ways to play it. And again, we're going to be using the virtues to roll dice and play cards. It's really great mechanics in it to guide Solomon Kane through his adventure instead of be Solomon Kane, which is a different twist on kind of a... There's like these stories and these scenes, and the scenes are kind of like dungeon crawlers. Really unique way to do it. Anyway, this is the beefiest part of the game, I believe. And then these are the storybooks, and they too are wrapped in shrink. So I'm going to peel that off. Wow, there's a lot of stuff, y'all. This game is packed. So I didn't want to do like the unboxing to the level where I talk about each and every component, because we're going to play the game. You're going to see the components in action, right? So I'm trying to just give you a really good sense of what's in the box. And I think this is really the meat and potatoes of the game. So here's the Rattle of Bones storybook. I'm just going to flip through it to show you how dense it is. And this is one of the simpler ones, right? And then you have this one called The Witchfinder General. Again, this is another complete separate story. These are based on the short stories and novella type materials on Solomon Kane. Then you have the Skull and the Stars. You can see that one's thicker, right? It's kind of a beefier, much beefier one. It's pretty thick, right? It's a longer story. You have Les Ogres. I don't know how you do that in French, but it's the ogre. And I imagine it's some big giant guy. It might actually be an ogre. It's hard to say. But you can see there's a lot going on, and it's a multi-scene, multi-act scenario. Then you have Haunted Mountains. That's another one. Again, look at the artwork. Wow, fantastic artwork. Okay, and all kinds of stuff that you can do with that one. Then Death's Black Riders. Wow, look at all the content. This one is beefy. This is a thick book. Wow. And remember, it's running through multiple scenes, multiple acts. The Beasts of Bordeaux is a shorter one, and if you want to see a playthrough of this, Bernd is doing this one. And that's a good one to do. So we won't do that one because I don't want to play the same thing, but I also don't want to play one of these 5-hour ones. I'm going on episode 20 of Sleeping Gods. I don't know if I want to do that kind of thing back to back, but this is the Blue Flame of Vengeance, and this is the biggest story in the base box. Anyway, it might not be the biggest story when I unpack the rest of it, but it's the biggest story in the base box. Okay, and then we got tons of cards. Like I said, you're going to see these during the playthrough, so I'm not going to go through all of them here. I'm just going to say that there's tons of cards for the virtues. There's also miniatures. Where are the minis? I guess where are the minis? That's a good thing to figure out. Maybe they're under the tiles here? No? I guess they're in the other box. That's interesting. This is all the cards. There's nothing beneath them. Oh, so the minis are in the arsenal box, I guess. Okay, fair enough. Maybe they're in that other box that we unpacked. So the minis are not even in the main game box. That is crazy. That shows you how much material's in here. The minis are not in the main box. But there are tons of cards. And I do like these. These are these discovery cards. And you got to put them in order. That's why I'm not unpacking them. You got to do them right. I know. But you can see that they are kind of almost tarot-sized cards, which are good. And these are see, I already may have gotten that out of order. That's not good. No, I don't think I did. All right, anyway, we'll see. I may have gotten those out of order already. There is the tiles right there. You get the idea. And then the dice are here. And unless there's miniatures, I don't think there is. That's it. I think the miniatures are in a different box. And I know everybody wants to see the miniatures. So you get the idea with the tiles. They're pretty cool, but you'll see them in action, like I said. So I'm just going to stop with this one. We're going to get, now, you also see these, you go, what is this, dice with no colors? Now, these are special cubes. They're luck, and I think, I can't remember what the other one is. Luck and I don't know. Then there's these blessings, too. So that's why I said I got to learn the rules a little more detail. I have watched a little bit of stuff, but I can't remember exactly what the white cubes are. Mercy cubes, which allow you to place them down in place of a die that you might need. So pretty cool. All right, so we're going to stop here. I'm going to open up the other one because there's no minis in here, just cards and dice and books. So pretty interesting, and tiles. So pretty interesting. Let's get on to the next box then. Okay, here's the Arsenal box. Let's dive in because I have a feeling there's a lot more material in here. Oh yes, this is there you go. All the boards and everything are in here as well. So this is one of the main boards. This is the board that governs your stats, strength, clarity, compassion, and danger. And you can see that the danger dictates how many shadows you have come out, and your stats will go up and down and give you bonuses based on where they're at in the game. And it's a really nice thick board with this indented thing so your trackers stay on it, so that's good. And then massive amounts of tokens. Here are the tokens sheets. There's light tokens. I don't know what all the different tokens are. I think these are wounds. The different tokens for symbols that you might get in a token form as opposed to getting them in on the dice. And then there's these I think points of interest trackers, all kinds of things here. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure what they all do yet. That's why I need to read the rules, but you get the idea. This is this board is the board you end up placing the blessings and those mercy and luck cubes on that you use during the game. These are objectives that objective tokens. I don't think they actually have anything written on them. No, they don't. They're just objectives. And these are blessings that you can get during the game that allow you to do very specific things. There is more cardboard, but here are the boards for the various virtues. And these are indented and really well done as well. God, what a beautiful game. Hold on, I'm going to open these up to show you what they look like. Storage, that's going to be something that's going to be interesting, is how do you put everything back. I'm sure, I noticed that the other box had tons of like trays for the tokens and everything, so I think more will fit in there as you unpack and unbox and figure it out. There might be a guide in here for that, I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, got them broken out here. So here's the board for prudence. As you can see, each board is going to be asymmetrical. They're different. They have different base abilities, and then you're going to have a deck of cards that is also asymmetrical, where you'll get to play a couple of different special abilities on the outside here. But this is where you place your dice. You have a reserve and a donated dice, which means other virtues can donate dice to you. This is the basic thing if their aura is on. The reason this is indented is because you put your miniature there, and if your miniature goes on the board, then this aura is in effect, see? And then there's a couple of things like you can re-roll or flip. You can only do one of those in a turn. You don't need anything special. And these are light, and you can see here that it says like move any one virtue X. Okay, so you can move your fellow virtues around, but to do that you need light. You need to be enlightened. This is courage right here. You can see courage, same type of thing. The aura is, but it's +2 fight. It needs 3 light to get this one. It's fight X, so you get a fight bonus by having this in play and being within the aura of courage. It's really cool. And playing the card aggression, that gives you the bigger bonus. And then providence, you can see, is a little different. Light up here. +1 aura size, +1 dice. This is the one you play if you're playing solo. She's very powerful. She's got a lot of powerful abilities and cards. And then there's justice. Then there's the darkness track if you choose to play darkness. And the last one, temperance. And I'm not going to go over these now. We'll go over them as we play. But there's also a save game solution here. You can see it can track your stats for your game so you know exactly where you're at. I don't know what sins are, but we'll have to find that out as we play. Those two things are in the box. There's an additional set of tiles in here. As you can see right here, looks like this may take you to Africa or something, because he did spend some time in Africa, and that looks like a big zebra pelt or animal pelt or some kind. Nope, probably tiger. But you get the idea. Okay, and then let's see. We're going to start with 2 of 5. Let's start with 2 of 5. I guess these are going to be miniatures, right? And hopefully they kind of give you an idea of where the miniatures are in the game. Yeah, these are... Okay, so here we go. This is a set of miniatures, and God, I really do want to paint these. Barrett did, and it really made a big difference to me watching his playthrough, seeing the painted miniatures instead of the unpainted ones, but they're so good. Look at that. That's a guy with a sheep on his shoulders and a dog with him. I don't know what any of these guys are doing in the game. Some of them are just going to be rabble. Some of them are going to be characters that you run into. Like I imagine this blacksmith guy is probably a major character you run into. And also this guy with the crossbow here. Pretty neat with an antler, a stag head at his feet, a hunter of some sort. You got some soldiers here. These are pretty nice looking, like conquistador or French soldiers. I'm not sure which, but they look great. Wow, so the miniatures are great. Then there's this one, little skull and a skeleton, dilapidated in some dilapidated home. Like I say, there's all kinds of stuff. And here is. This looks like a version of Solomon Kane, but he's holding some kind of staff. So that I don't want. Maybe that's a spoiler. I don't know, but that looks like Solomon Kane, without a coat, without a cloak, and he's got a like a curved blade on his back, his normal rapier, saber in his hand, and some kind of staff. So that might be something special. I don't know. I don't want to get into it and ruin the game. And then of course there are these wolves. Just showing some of the miniatures. Again, we're going to be playing, so I don't think I need to show too much of this stuff. I wanted to give you an idea of what is in this box. It's a lot of stuff. Good Lord. And I'm sure there's a way I'm going to figure out how to pack it all and all that good stuff. So the next one I'll take out is this one, because this one says actually 1 of 5. So this one probably has the main minis in it for the game. We'll see. They're rattling. Oh, yeah, there's darkness critters. Now, what's not in here are the virtues, so they're going to be in another box. But these guys are starting to pop out here. There's a kid. There's this dude here. This dude here kind of popped out. We're going to get it back. These look like villagers, bandits. There's another Solomon Kane. This is the one I think that you play with most. He's got his foil and his pistol. And again, he's a Puritan, right? He's not some high fantasy character. It's a definitely darker world. Look at this dude. This guy is so cool looking. Looks like a butcher. Maybe a big giant innkeeper that does you wrong. Who knows? He looks like somebody that is going to do you wrong at some point. Just too imposing to not. And then you got like these pistol-wielding bandits, pirates, whatever they are. Again, I don't know what they are in the game yet. And then those are definitely like some brigands. They're masked brigands. And then these are the shadows that will come after you. I really do need to paint this. So I say that every time. I want to paint all my Marvel United stuff too. That's going to be a pipe dream. 800 miniatures there. But these look like, that looks like a noble, a barmaid here. God, so nice. Wow, such a great job. This is, I don't know what I'm trying not to show too many miniatures because there might be some things that spoil the game for you in the miniatures themselves, just because they might represent something you recognize, or I don't know. But we're going to keep it a little bit, just a slight bit of a mystery, so I'm going to put that back in there. And good job, Mythic Games, on the beautiful miniatures and the quality of the miniatures. They seem solid. Let's take out this box, because what I'm looking for is, and it would probably be in a taller box, are the virtues. I haven't seen those yet. Oh, wow. Well, this ain't it. These are guys on horseback. So here, I pulled out this box. I'll open it up just a little bit, but you can see these are some guys. That looks like Solomon Kane on horseback, but these other guys do not. They have lanterns and swords and big, tall, pointy hats. But look at how good those miniatures are. Wow, nice. And again, that one looks like Solomon Kane on horseback. Which, because see, there's a sword. He's got 2 pistols out. Very, very cool. I wonder how this plays into the game. Again, I have a feeling some of these miniatures are kind of spoilery because of what they show you, but it's really hard to tell. So anyway, putting that back, we're slowly getting there. Again, I've been looking for the virtues to see if I can show those to you. We haven't reached them yet, but there's still some other boxes in here. There's 4 of 5. Maybe this has got the virtues in it. Or maybe it's just, it's going to be the last one I pull out, you know. Nope, this is them. Okay, good. Finally, all right. We're going to get to see the beautiful Virtue miniatures, right? And I don't remember which one's which exactly, but some of them you can tell by what they carry. But these are the Virtues that you play on the board, and they're larger and they're really pretty minis, really gorgeous. Like this one I know is obviously Justice, right, with the blindfold and the balance there. Pretty cool stuff. Here is, I think this is Courage. I believe this is Courage. She looks like a big warrior. And again, Barrett painted these and they look so awesome. I just said, oh God, I got to paint these before we play. I have to. It just feels like they need to be painted. And he did such a great job. And I think this one's Prudence, or I don't remember. But just beautiful miniatures. And then I don't know what this guy is, but he looks pretty gruesome and grim. We'll take him out and see. Again, these miniatures are kind of spoiling some stuff, I guess. So I hope not too much. But that looks like some like elemental or gross or a spirit of some kind. And man, these really stick down in here. Wow, pretty cool. That's good. Protects them well if you paint them, which I do want to do. And we'll make sure she's facing it right. Got to get them right in there. They fit perfectly in this plastic insert so that you can transport them safely and well. Good job, Mythic Games, on this. Really, really good job. The boxes are fantastic. So we did finally find the Virtues in there. That is great, and that is going to be box, again, it's box 4 out of 5. Put that in here. I guess I can get rid of these little cardboard inserts. And then here is another box of miniatures. I mean, it's just one thing. Gosh, there's a whole other thing to unpack here. It's crazy time. Let's see, what's in this box here? Okay, more. Oh, there's. This is going to be, I think, Prudence right here. Yeah, if you're playing solo, I think. And then there's another Virtue here. I don't know what that must be. That looks like another. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe that's the Darkness or something. I'm not sure. Maybe this is the Darkness. That might be the Dark. I don't know. And then there's this big ogre and some other big wolves. See there, a spoiler right there. We found the ogre. Yeah, definitely don't want to keep spoiling this. But anyway, that's. I'm not going to take those out. I don't want to spoil the game too much. We're going to leave those in there. Okay, so that is all the stuff that came in this other box called the Arsenal box, and it's basically a lot of the other game components because we have the boards for the Virtues in there. We have all the cardboard pieces. We have the main board, one of the main boards for the game, which is the tracker for all your stats. That is in the Arsenal box. So that's in that. We're going to look at the, we'll bust open the other box next, I guess. This is turning out to be a lot longer than I thought it would be. Let's see what's in that other box, and then we'll call it a day. So let's do that. Okay, in this box, the other box came this box, the Right Hand of Doom. I thought I had some more stuff with that. I'm going to have to look. But it basically has another storyline called the Right Hand of Doom. It has a component, the Right Hand of Doom miniature, has a lot more cards, some more tokens and stuff that's going to go into it. It's an expansion adventure. So I don't know that we need to open that up, but one thing I do want to show you is the art book that came with it, because I imagine that the art in this book is amazing, though it might be dark on camera, because the art for Solomon Kane is not bright. It's kind of dark and foreboding, but this will give you a good idea of the art. Yeah, see, it's pretty dark, but it gives you a great idea. You know what would be cool is if they referenced where this was in the storyline, so you could use this artwork as reference points, because this is amazing art. There's Solomon Kane with his sword and pistol. See, like, I'm sure these relate to the storyline in the game somehow, but this artwork is fantastic. I think it might be not great on camera, though, because it is all very dark with a lot of dark tones, blues, dark, deep colors. Like, you can barely see the castle in this, and I'm looking right at it. But it looks like he's walking down towards a temple here. There's the Virtues. Oh, look at how beautiful those pictures of the Virtues are. You can see them well enough there. Yeah, look at that. Wow. See, I think these are the way they need to be painted. I don't know if I would make them real colorful or not. I'm not sure. I'm debating that. Like the white hair and the darker tones and the colors. Maybe there's, yeah, see, God, look at that. That is so cool looking. I wish you could get that effect on the miniature where she's pouring the water into the vases. That looks like, I guess that's the darkness one because it's red. And then lots of scenery shots from the game. And this is a thick art book, by the way. Don't know if I want to spoil it all for you, but I think you get the idea. And again, I thought I had some. I thought I kickstarted some other adventures like in Africa and stuff. Not that I'm going to be able to get through the main adventures, but I think you get the idea. There's more to this game, I think. Maybe there's a second wave. I don't remember. I'll have to look. But yeah, look at that. Uh-oh, PG. Okay. Oh, look at that Savannah shot. Nice, nice. Yeah, got fantastic artwork in this game. And again, I'm just flipping through it, just to give you an idea. Oh, look at that. God, I could use this in my D&D game, too. Pretty sweet. You come across this town, the ships and everything. Pretty neat. Yeah, look at that. Just gorgeous. A lot of scenery art. I don't know where the scenery art falls in the game. It's probably found in the various adventure books. It almost looks animated. Neat. Really, if you haven't had a chance to read any Solomon Kane stories, they're pretty good. They're interesting. Again, he's more of a complex character than Conan. Conan was pretty obvious in what he did, right? I mean, he bring some light closer. He, his mother and father were killed. He went on a vengeance path, became a king. Blah blah blah. He's a big barbarian brute, smart but a barbarian, thief, reaver, sailor. King, he did all kinds of stuff, but he was more of a straightforward character, fantasy character. Where Solomon Kane has got a lot more deeper, darker storylines, and more gray to his world and his character than Conan ever did. Yeah, look at that. That's him being tempted by the fates, perhaps. I don't know. There's the ogre again. Oh wow, look at that art. That was just great art. Super good. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, well, I'm flipping through these. You can stop on them at any time you want, of course. Don't know if you can see them all. I guess you can. I see there's spoilers in this artwork, too, because I know what that is. Okay, yeah, look at that. Again, the tones are a little dark in here, but oh, look at the painting of painted miniatures. Oh, see, there you go. Thank you for this. Okay, here's how I would like to... I am not good enough, probably, to paint these with this level of skill, but this is how they're meant. That's why I said I don't think it's painting them all color. I guess you can. It depends on your style and what you look for. I think this looks fabulous. I would definitely paint them more like this. Their tones are subdued, but there's a lot of stuff going on in there. It's not like it's just all. I think you need an airbrush. See, I don't have an airbrush. That's one of the problems I have with painting to this level of skill. I used to have an airbrush. I don't anymore. And see, look at how. Oh my gosh, that's so cool looking. I think I can get kind of close on these. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Okay, and then that's the dark. Look at how intricate the paint job is on it. That's fantastic. A lot of really nice tones in this. It shows all the different miniatures painted. Lord. These are so good. Oh, look at that Solomon Kane mini. First off, my eyes aren't good enough to paint it that well. I'm just telling you that right now. So we'll do the best we can when I do get to painting them. There's all the villagers. A lot more color in the villagers, and then it's showing tiles, the tile art. And the tile art's fantastic too. They didn't spare any expense on the tile art. Where a lot of games the tile art's more simple, this is not simple. It's beautiful. Anyway, I think that gives you a good idea of what's in there. And then I did get some art prints that will probably end up on my walls somewhere. Right here. I don't know how many there are. There's a couple, looks like. There's stuff that was in this book, so I don't need to take them out. But okay, that's going to give you a good idea, because next time we have this at the table, which is going to be really soon, we're going to be playing something. So if out of those scenarios I read to you, there's really one that you want to see happen, I'll make that happen. And I may just do the basic one, because I like to do a kind of learn and play where I'm playing and learning with you at the same time, even though I'll probably have a better handle on the rules for this one than I do when I do most of those like blind playthroughs. But I think you get the idea. So we're going to end it here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I can't wait to get into Solomon Kane. It looks like a whole heck of a lot of fun. And there may be a delay there. I may play something else first, because I might try to paint these, just because they look so wonderful. The miniatures look wonderful. I think they deserve some paint. So we'll see. But take care. I'll talk to you in the next episode of something. Probably Sleeping Gods. If you're watching now, I'm about to hit episode 20, like I said. And that's exciting. So take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.